Hey guys, just a quick note before this video. I had some audio screw-ups in this video, actually in 3 videos, but I'm just recording one message for all the videos. I had some audio screw-ups and I had to use the camera audio instead of my normal microphone. So the audio quality is not quite as nice as it should be. Mostly that's from, it's not like I have a bad microphone on my camera, but the fact that the speakers are actually closer to my camera than I am. Luckily, it's not too terrible. You can still hear it. I think mostly you're going to be hearing the show audio a lot through your right ear, but if you guys can power through that, it's just for this video and 2 other videos. So I guess I can tell you, it's for Episode 5 of Death Note, Series 5, Episode 1 of the Sarah Jane Adventures, and Series 6, Episode 9 for Doctor Who. You're probably watching one of those 3 if you're seeing this message. This also applies to the full length, and yeah, this won't happen again. This is just a one-time thing because I recorded these, back to back, and I never caught the problem until afterwards. So yeah, sorry about that, but it's just a one little thing. It's not too terrible, but you guys are gonna notice a difference in audio quality. So sorry about that.
Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Death Note. Last time on Death Note, we had Pursuit. Light decided not to take up Ryuk on his offer, forgot his name for a second, and did not take the Shinigami's eyes because he wants to do this as long as he possibly can. Then he decided to come up with an elaborate scheme of getting the name of the guy that's stalking him, who turns out to be FBI agent Ray Penber. And threw in a whole elaborate thing that Light drags, I guess, one of his friends into, too. He does get the name of Ray Penber, and says that he is next up on the Death Note. So we'll have to see if that really happens or not. I don't know. Yeah. So this is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. Just don't. And with that being said, this is when we would get into the reaction, but like always, unfortunately due to copyright issues, the reaction cannot be hosted in this YouTube video. If you want to watch my highlight reaction, which is just me talking with the nice footage in the corner, you can go down in the description or to the pinned comment of this video. You can go, click, you can watch it, it's all nice and good. Then you can come back here and keep watching this video for the discussion, which is always important to watch. And yeah, with that being said, let's get right into this episode of Death Note. Here we go. Okay. Another good episode. Man, fucking Light is so crazy, man. He's such a super villain, man. Like, it is ridiculous. But I mean, I guess if you're gonna have a superhero, or a supervillain, excuse me, you should have a supervillain mind fighting you. Because, I mean, L's pretty brilliant too. Not that he's really a supervillain, but he's pretty good. He knows how to combat Kira. So okay, let's just go over the notes. Oh, excuse me. The first thing I wrote down was Ray and his fiancée. Okay. The hell, why can't she be an agent? Like, I mean, obviously now I feel like she's gonna be an agent again, so that she can, take on the Kira case. But why could she not be an agent while they were engaged? Why? And with him being like, oh, well, once we got some kids running around, you'll have more important things to do and stuff. It's like, okay. Like, you don't gotta be a dick about it. Just, I don't know. I just kind of thought that was interesting. It's like, all right, man, she could still do stuff even if she's married to you, even if she's, you know, even if you have kids. Get a fucking babysitter or some shit. Now, granted, this is the FBI. It's not like a normal job, so I will grant you that, you know, maybe both of you taking on the Kira case isn't a good idea, but I don't know. That was weird, man. It just kind of seemed weird. His line of reasoning for why she can't be on the Kira case. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. So yeah. But, okay, so Ray, poor Ray. So he was going to wait. He was going to wait until a week later to sort of drive off suspicion from him. Because if he just killed him right then and there, then it would be way too suspicious that Light would be Kira. But instead, he waited a week, and then he made it, he did a whole thing with it, and ended up killing all the other FBI agents, too, which is insane. I mean, this was pretty risky with, it was pretty risky meeting Ray like that. Like, this is the first time that Light has gone to someone as Kira and, you know, kind of talked to them. You know, it's pretty risky, and especially because he did recognize the voice. He couldn't quite place Light's name to it, but he did recognize the voice. So it was pretty risky. But Light knew exactly what he was doing, you know. He figured it all out, and through that, he also, you know, did some more experiments with the Death Note and figured out, you know, he can write down cause of death. He can write down everything about a death and then add a name later, which even Ryuk was like, I didn't even know you could do that. You know, it's interesting, but Light is so creative and he wants to experiment with it. You know, he's doing everything he can to fully utilize the powers of the Death Note, which is pretty interesting. So yeah. And through that's how he killed all the FBI agents. Though, that's the thing, is that he put down, you know, a ton of other stuff. He didn't just leave it at, you know, the heart attack. And it was also interesting, you know, tricking Ray basically into looking at all of their faces and then writing their names down, you know, just in, you know, pieces, you know, that was so clever too, that he cut out specific holes in paper, and through that hole was part of the Death Note, and then Ray wrote down the names and they're all dead. And Light kept it specific too, that's the thing, which I assume it is still all, you know, heart attack victims, because even Ray's was a heart attack. But he also would have put in so much other stuff, because he also wants to, you know, leave clues. He basically leaves clues to mess with L. Like, he specifically leaves them to screw with L, which is kind of funny, actually. You know, these different suicide notes talking about the gods of death and stuff like that, and he's like, is he trying to say that the gods of death are real? And just the last one is like, they like apples. Which is true. You know, L just views that as, well, he's just been messing with me with these suicide notes. But it is technically true, because Ryuk, a god of death, a Shinigami, likes apples. It's just kind of funny. Um, so yeah, that whole meetup was that whole thing with Ray was just horrifying. This poor guy, the poor fiance, but hey, the fiance gets to be. I guess she'll go on the Kira case now. So that's definitely cool. And yeah, just the creativity Light goes to with the Death Note, I do really like. And just that last little part when he got off the train, and he got off the train and he immediately started to have the heart attack, and he turned around and Light's just standing there, and he's like, "Shit, it is Light Yagami," and then just the door closed and you just see Light's sinister fucking face. He's such a super villain, man. Like, he's such a super villain. I think, and I don't know, I think, and this is my memory going against me, but I think that some of you guys in the comments have been saying that, well, technically, L is not really a villain, Light's not really a villain, and stuff like that. It's like, Light's a fucking super villain. Like, I don't think there's any way around that. Like, whatever his intentions are, he is a fucking supervillain, and it is nuts. L is not really, like, a villain per se, but he is an antagonist to our protagonist. It's just that our protagonist is fucked up and a supervillain, so yeah. And then we got, the police figured out that, L was spying on them with the FBI. And they were all incredibly mad about it, and so pretty much all to L's kind of plan was that he weeded out everyone who would kind of go against him, even down to that last guy that left. It's like he weeded everyone out, so now he has every cop that he can really trust. To know, at the very least, can trust, they can trust to see him. I still don't think he'll give his name, and I think, well, that's the thing. I guess only Ray really knew. Ray was the only one that figured out, that he needs to see the face and then know the name in order to kill him. I don't think anyone else said that. I think that was only Ray that figured that out. So technically L doesn't know that, but I still don't think L would give up his name, despite the fact that apparently he's going to make his first public appearance. Now, does that mean, he's just, going out into the public, or he's actually going to, like, do another press conference or something as himself? But that's the thing, is that I feel like even if he goes out and does another press conference, if he just sticks with L, then that's it. That's it. Light can't do anything. Even if he has a face, he won't have a name. And without the Shinigami eyes, he can't do that. And we all know Ryuk's not going to give it to him. Because why would Ryuk do that? That's not fun. So, I don't know. It's a dangerous game, but L knows what he's doing. He weeded out everyone down to only five people from the police department. So yeah, that is crazy. And that's also, just weeding out just everyone. Just only 5 people stayed. The 5 brave men, or the 6 brave men, which ended up getting, cut down to 5. And I even like that scene with the father. I wish I knew his, just Chief Yagami. I wonder if his name is in these credits. Freaking BLC. Soichiro Yagami, I guess. I guess that's his name. Alright. So yeah. So with Chief Yagami, that scene with his family, saying, I'm on the Kira case, it's very risky, and his daughter being like, oh yeah, that's awesome, that means you're gonna get him because you're amazing, and then immediately she's like, no, I don't want you to die, you need to get out of here. That was kind of funny and touching, and Light with his brilliant acting just being like, I'm proud of you, Dad, and stuff like that. So yeah, the brave men, these brave men that are still on the Kira case, and now we'll meet L. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this episode. Another good one, another crazy one, and very interested to see where we go from here, as always. Now, I know last episode we said, each episode is kind of leaving us with a holdover question, like what is going to happen next, and I guess you could say that, like, how is L going to make his first public appearance? I guess you could say that's the question for this episode, but honestly, this time around, it's not, I don't know, the question isn't as big as the other times, like, will Light take the Shinigami's eyes? Will Light kill Rei immediately? Is that a good idea? Which, he did kill Rei, not immediately, and he figured it all out, and he worked it all out, and he even said, it's like, well, I'm not going to kill him right now. That's going to draw suspicion to me. So, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much that. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Death Note reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.